What's up everybody? Welcome back or to the channel. So today we're going to be doing a very quick and easy maintenance update on my 2020 Talon right over here. And what we're going to be doing today is changing out the air filter. Now changing out your air filter is extremely important because it allows your engine to breathe better. But as many of you may or may not already know, the Honda Talon doesn't really have the most perfect air intake setup because the intake for the airbox is actually underneath the back wheel well, and all that dirt, dust, and grime that your wheels are kicking up is getting sucked in, and it destroys that air filter very quickly. So depending on your riding style, you're probably going to want to change your air filter every couple hundred miles. It could be sooner, it could be later, depending on your riding style, but just make sure you stay on top of that. Now the air filter that I'm going to be replacing it with today is going to be a little bit more of a higher end air filter, which is washable, which is a K&N air filter. Now these K&N air filters are a little bit more expensive, but you typically don't need to replace them. You just have to pull them out, hose them off, let them dry, and put them back in. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So without further ado, let's jump in and check this air filter out and see how bad it is, and then let's get it swapped out for a brand new one. So let's get this started. Okay, so here we are here in the back of the Talon. Now, typically what you want to do is take these two pins here and here. You're going to rotate them out to the side, and you're just going to basically pull, because there's like a push pin right here. Pull it. Here's the push pin right here. Then there's three little legs across the bottom. You're going to pull them out of position, and then you'll have access to your airbox. So now we're just going to go ahead and put this outer panel to the side, and then these little flip clips right here, you're just going to basically push them like that all the way around, and that's going to give us access to our filter, which is probably also bolted down. So let me move this out of the way. Let me remove all those clips around the side, pull that panel off, and then we'll dive into getting that filter changed. So I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so we're back. So I went ahead and I got the outer cover off. This is your intake right here. So you want to make sure that you take a rag or something and just kind of shove them in there for the time being. So I'll just typically take a couple detailing rags and just kind of gently stick them in there like that. You don't really have to do this. I just do this because that's what's going to your engine. So I don't want any debris or dirt getting in there. And typically your vehicle's always dirty. When you're pulling this out, sometimes dirt and debris might fall off of it. I don't want anything falling down there, so I just put something down in there just to kind of protect it. Then you're gonna go ahead and take an Allen wrench or something like this, okay? I just have a number 5 on here. Go ahead and take these outer bolts off right here, like so. So let me go ahead and get that started. Now keep in mind, this is gonna look clean, but this is the back. The dirty side is typically on the bottom. So when you take that outer panel off, if this looks clean, don't think your filter is clean, because this is actually the back side of it. Okay, again, pull this out. Okay, all right, there you go. Look how cruddy that is. I mean, this thing is nasty. Look at all that. And then look down in there. See all those chunks of mud and dirt? That's what's getting sucked up. This tube comes out under your wheel well over here. So the Honda Talon is known for not having the best airbox design, because under here is where all your fresh air is coming in at. So as you're riding, all that dirt and dust and debris and things that are flinging off your tires, it's all getting sucked up in there and ends up in the bottom of your airbox and gunks up your air filter. That's why these air filters on the Honda Talon need changed very often. You want to make sure you're checking your air filter, because look how disgusting that is, and look how much dirt ends up in the bottom of your air filter. So again, I bought this Honda Talon used. It's a 2020. I just picked it up a few days ago. So again, I'm glad this is the first thing I'm checking, because as you can see right here, it definitely needed changed. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my shop vac, sweep all of that out of there. I'm going to take a rag, wipe it all down real nice, and then we're going to go ahead and get this filter replaced. And what we're going to be replacing it with is over here. I got a brand new K&N high performance air filter. This is a lifetime air filter. So again, This is gonna allow for better airflow, and you can wash this. So as it gets gunked up every so often, I could pull it out, hose it off, let it dry, pop it back in. Because again, these filters here might cost you $40 to $50 to replace. I bought this one for around 80 bucks. So again, it's the cost of roughly 2 air filters, but now I don't have to buy any more. I just have to clean this one. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So let me go ahead and finish cleaning that out, wiping it all down, and then we're gonna start putting in our new air filter. So I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, so we went ahead and we cleaned out our air box. I did take my drain tube cap here off. Again, this is underneath. See that hole right there? It's a little plug that goes underneath. It just has a pinch clip that holds it. So every once in a while, check this, because if you get some dirt or dust or debris or even moisture down in here, it will drain. It's kind of like a drain plug almost. But you could go ahead and take this off, make sure this is nice and clean. Mine was fully clogged, and that's why I was getting a big pile of mud in there as well. So now that we got that all cleaned up, we're good to go. Now we can go ahead and start putting our drain tube cap back on, which is actually right under here. Right here. So all we gotta do is take the pinch clip off, slide that back on like that. Take our pinch clip and just stick it on like that. So now that is done. So now that we got that drain plug cleaned out, we got everything cleaned and swept, now we can go ahead and start getting our new filter installed. And if you're interested in this air filter, I'll put a link in the description as well. Okay, so looks like it'll come with some installation information, a couple stickers, whatever not. We got that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this taken out. There we go. All right, so take a look at this. Look how nice and clean this is. Okay, that's the front, and that would be the back. This is going to allow so much more airflow into the engine than this gunked up, nasty filter here. So again, definitely make sure you keep an eye on your air filter and make sure you're cleaning it and replacing it as often as you can. Now again, if you want to take it a step further and do a much better job at keeping your air box and filter cleaner, because it's not exactly easy to get to this and clean it all the time, what you could do is get an aftermarket pre-filter done, which I did order one. I talked to a guy, he makes them custom. It's probably one of the best ones out there I've seen. It is coming in the mail, so as soon as I get it in, I will do a full install and review on it. But basically what it does, it connects underneath over here, and then it comes up and you cut a hole right here, and it actually will come out with a filter up top. And if you want, you could take it a little bit higher with some additional piping to make a snorkel, but it puts a filter here with one of those nettings over top. So if that gets dirty, you could just come over here, take the filter off, clean it off, put it back on, and you're good to go. And that will keep your internal filter cleaner much longer and will protect your engine better. So we'll get into that a different day. But for today, let's just go ahead and get the new filter put on. Let's come over here. Go ahead and pop this back in place over here. Okay, everything lines up as it should. Okay, so I went ahead and just pulled the other ones out. So now that we got those in there nice and loose, I'm gonna go back in with a handheld Allen wrench, tighten all of them down nice and snug, but not too tight or you'll crack the outer plastic here. Just get it nice and snug, and then we'll go ahead and put everything back on. So let me do that, I'll be right back. Okay, so we went ahead and we got all of our bolts tightened down nice and tight. Now look how nice that looks. Nice, fresh and clean, nice fresh air is gonna be coming into the intake, into the engine. I have the outer shell out here. I washed it, cleaned it up real good. We'll go ahead and sit that back on top. We'll use our outer clips, clip it all back down, and then we'll just take our outer panel here, pop that back on, and we'll be good to go. So let me do that and we'll be right back. Okay, so we got the outer box put on. I just threw a K&N sticker on the outside. So let me go ahead and put the outer panel on and then we can wrap this up. Okay, so we're finally done. Everything is put back together. We are nice and clean and good to go there. Again, this is the actual old filter that I took out of there. I don't know exactly how old it was. I don't know when the last time the previous owner changed it, but I could tell you right now, this is bad and it was definitely gunked up. The drain plug was gunked up. It had a good handful of mud and dirt inside the filter box. So I'm glad I went ahead and did this today. So this was definitely in need of being changed. I mean, this was nasty, but we got it changed. We got the brand new K&N air filter with a lifetime warranty on it. All you got to do is wash it off, let it dry and pop it back in, and you won't have to buy any more filters. So in my honest opinion, I would recommend spending a little bit more money getting a K&N air filter, because again, the cost of 2 of these is the cost of 1 of these. But you'll never have to buy any more. Every so often, you just have to pull it out, wash it, let it dry, and put it back in. So in my opinion, this is the better value because you're gonna get a lot more life out of that air filter than constantly replacing these. So this is in there now, and we are now good to go. Okay, everybody, so we are finally done. We got the old air filter taken out. That was a disgusting mess. We got that all cleaned up. I swept out the filter box. I took a little detail spray and wiped it out nice and clean. I pulled the little drain tube off the bottom, cleaned that out. So we are all clean and good to go. We then went ahead and put the new K&N washable air filter back in, bolted everything down, put the outer cover on, put all the clips back on, and then we put the outer panel on, and we are now good to go. So now I don't have to worry about buying any more filters every so often. I just have to go ahead, pull that air filter out, wash it off, let it dry, put it back in, and we'll be good. So in my honest opinion, I think investing a little bit more upfront into a better washable air filter is the way to go, because again, on these Honda Talons, you're gonna have to keep either replacing the filter or cleaning the filter every so often. So for long-term use, I think the K&N washable air filter is the way to go. So that's it for today's video. I hope this video helps some of you out. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And also do me a favor, subscribe to the channel because it definitely helps me out and I greatly appreciate it. And there's gonna be a lot more content coming on the 2020 Talon, so definitely stay tuned for that. But that's it. I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you one more time. Thank you. I truly appreciate all of your support. And as always, see you in the next video.